Hello everybody, welcome to Mr. Love Tarot. Thank you so much for being here. Today we are going to talk about the kind of similarities and differences you share with your spouse. Just to give you an idea of what are the common points and what is going to help you connect with them and what you need to work on, what you need to improve. And this could be related to your personalities, nature, hobbies, interest, background, your thoughts, and your lifestyle, whatever comes through. So we will see what is going to help you connect with each other and what makes you different from each other. Okay, I thought this is going to be an interesting topic to help you understand your spouse better, a much more detailed version of what you can expect about your person. Okay, now please keep in mind this is a general and timeless reading, so if something doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. It could be for someone else. Now with that being said, we have two groups and I have a stone placed on it. Either you can choose the initial of your name or you can intuitively choose the stone you are most drawn to, and that would be your pile. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into your reading. Hello group 1. If you chose the red stone or the initial mentioned here, welcome to your reading. So today we are going to look at the kind of similarities and differences you share with your spouse in terms of your personality, nature, background, physicality, hobbies, interest, and your thoughts, to give you a slightly more detailed version of what is going to help you connect instantly, the common points which is going to draw you in, and what you need to work on or understand about your spouse. So the first part of the reading is going to talk about the similarities, and then we will talk about your differences. Okay, all right, we have the orphan. Both of you could be introverts, or you have literally lost your parents at an early age, perhaps one of your parent. Maybe you don't share a good relationship with your parents. There's an energy of feeling lonely, at the same time becoming wise because of your childhood experiences. You may even find yourselves connecting with people who are usually older than you. I feel for some of you, your struggles and challenges as a child could be alike, with the family politics or financial instability, or both your parents were working and really busy, so you have learned to do things by yourself and for yourself. You were concerned about your well-being, so you would be careful not to get into trouble, and you may have spent a lot of time alone doing your own thing, or maybe it was a really dysfunctional family environment. I feel both of you are the kind of people who do not always want to be around people, or you will not entirely depend on people to get your job done. You two are self-aware and self-reliant. Being codependent will not work with you, with the kind of personalities you have. You like to manage most of the things on your own. Something about science is coming up, so you could be a physics or a biology major, or you believe in scientific and practical explanation. Fact and figure appeals to you. Your zodiac elements could be the same. For example, if they are a water sign, you could be a water sign too. Okay, certainly you are overthinkers, or you like to plan everything beforehand down to every little detail. Not like you just decide something and go for it. You would rather research, gather information, learn more about it, and then take action. So I feel your moves are pretty calculated. You both like to read books. Maybe go to the museum, talk about history and culture, and maybe both of you are going to meet in the library or the bookstore, or maybe at an educational event, or you are going to take a course together, because I feel professionally you are from a similar field or industry. It's not creative or artistic though. It could be related to academia, a technical degree. Yeah, I also feel you have an applause-worthy sense of style, bright and bold colors, updating yourself every now and then. And I feel you attract a lot of people. They are genuinely impressed by you. You have a knack for writing or poetry. Yeah, something people find quite interesting. I also feel young people look up to you. They could be your subordinates, students, younger siblings, or kids in the family. You are articulate with the way you communicate, which truly makes a lot of difference in the way people view you. Okay? Let's talk about the courthouse. Well, this could literally mean you are a lawyer, legal advisor, or you work for the government, banking, financial sector, defense, police, social welfare, or the administrative department. A very specific message for some of you. I feel you are going to meet for the first time in some sort of an institution, a government institution, maybe a school or community center, a bank, hospital, the passport office, maybe your university. I'm seeing a big building or structure, okay? Both of you like to follow rules. You are a service-oriented human being. You step up to take care of things. I feel your gentleness is clearly evident in your behavior, but I don't feel you are too flexible. You like to follow a routine. You like an organized and structured life where there's security. You have to know the agenda for the day. Everything has to be planned well in advance. That is the energy I'm getting from both of you. We also have optimism. I feel your energy and outlook towards life is full of positivity. You plan for the future in such a way that there's more than one option in your life, so that if one door closes, you can quickly move on to the next one. I feel both of you are lucky in this aspect. I don't think you have to struggle financially. Positive people, new opportunities, favorable circumstances, good offers will come to you because of your friendly, uplifting, and confident attitude. You will attract good things in your life fairly quickly. You guys are travelers. You like to spend time outdoors. I'm also getting both of you have this habit of not talking about what you don't like. You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings or make things awkward, so you would rather not say. You try to look for lessons, especially when you are going through problems in your life, just to understand the root cause and trying to stay positive to get through it. Yeah, your heart and intentions are pure. There's no hatred or malice or spending time envying people or evil eyeing for that matter. And that's why people want to connect with you, because their experience with you is constructive, progressive, reasonable, and really helpful. You truly listen and care to make an effort to connect with people, and you are respectful and kind, not rude or indifferent, and that's what people love about you. You don't find it very difficult to move on, forgive, and let things go. You don't get angry. You are generally patient. If something doesn't work out for you, you will leave it to find something else, not pull out your brains for it. Both of you are going to move from one place to another, maybe a new city or state, because of your job, and you are going to be more than happy with this change. You will have a small group of friends, and you would love to regularly hang out with them. Both of you are morning people. I feel your average height, your body structure, and facial features are quite similar. Your skin tone, eye color, hair color, they are very much alike. In fact, some of your diseases or allergies may fall under the same category. For example, both of you could have maybe respiratory problems or issues with digestion. So that could be a thing. Now, I feel you guys are not extremely ambitious as individuals. You are easily content with what you have, but you have the desire and the capability to go after your dreams and work towards your goals. So, you will work more as a team towards the overall growth of your relationship, towards a common goal and how you want your life to be, and less towards individualistic goals. And that is something both of you will agree towards. I feel you believe in giving your best shot and not thinking too much about the success or failure, and then you end up getting more than what you expect. It makes you genuinely happy. You are emotionally mature, and I feel you have a pretty balanced solar plexus chakra, and it usually talks about determination, strength, personal power, dedication, having confidence, being committed towards abundance. So, yeah, all of that will be your strength. You like to have fun, and sometimes you are adventurous, but it takes time for both of you to sort of get comfortable. And once you open up, it's just, a way more laid back version of you. You are trustworthy, and you have a very strong sense of duty and responsibility. Okay, that this is mine, I have to protect this, or I have to take care of this, whatever it is, your work, your family. Both of you can diffuse a volatile situation with caution and a bit of diplomacy. You will escape without being harmed. That's what I heard. People listen to you seriously, and I feel you can really influence them very well. I think a bit of manipulation and lies would not be entirely wrong. If you decide to take control of a particular situation, it may not sit down with everyone, but sometimes if you have to risk your image, I feel that's okay with you, because you want to get out of a troubling situation, and it is going to get worse. So lies or a bit of manipulation, influence is going to help you get out of it. And I feel that's how both of you function when your circumstance is not working in your favor. You also have a really good sense of humor, so you don't take everything too personally all the time. You understand critics and trolls are a part of your life. You can't make everybody happy, but sometimes you become too competitive. So you don't think about the right or the wrong. You just want to achieve something desperately, especially if people have lied to you. They have gone behind your back, maybe betrayed you in some sort of way. Then you are far from being fun, or sweet, or kind for that matter. If somebody is trying to play you, you can play that game better. And I'm seeing you don't give people a chance to take advantage of you. You keep reminding them that your gentleness, your kindness is not a weakness. Okay? They should not take you lightly. Alright? Now let's talk about some of your differences. Right, we have lover and the lovers. Okay, so it's going to be a chance meeting, and you will certainly not expect to fall in love with this person. I feel your love language is totally different. It's like for one person, it's spending time with your partner, and for the other one, they use tangible things to convey love, okay? Like presents or acts of service, or being useful. In a relationship, the aspects which makes you feel connected to your partner, it will not be the same. Different things make you happy. You are surely soulmates, but there's a sense of calmness to this equation, not the young love kind of thing where you are lost in each other. I feel this is more a grown up version of that, which is devoid of insecurity. One person may slightly take the other one for granted, or there's a lot of trust on your partner that whatever they decide, it is going to work or it is going to be right. Your definition of love is different from theirs. It could be possible that one of you is way more romantic, all about PDA, posting pictures on social media, or following the latest trends related to couples, or whatever that is called, where couples are involved. And the other person would be a bit more 3D, realistic, and would like to keep their relationship private. Okay. Oh, we have the temple path. I feel you are spiritually aware, awakened, because you are here. So you are connected to the spiritual aspect of yourself. You may even take interest in tarot, astrology. You are intuitive as well. And perhaps you have certain psychic powers. You understand universal signs, symbols, patterns really well. But I feel your spouse has no understanding of how this works. They are not interested or intuitive at all. They are a lot more practical. They understand how the world works. The other thing I feel is your belief system or values could be different. So maybe same ethnicity, but variations in terms of family tradition, rituals or beliefs, upbringing. For instance, you could be religious, you celebrate holidays, festivals, you participate in community events, and your spouse is not quite religious. I mean, they don't disrespect your beliefs. They either do not have time or the will to partake in religious activities. What I am trying to say is the way you connect to Source or God through prayer, going to your place of worship, community service, celebrating holidays, festivals, or following rituals and traditions, is not how they would like to connect to God. They would much rather want to help people, being resourceful. So they feel that is the path they need to be on. Okay? I'm also seeing a big difference in the way you like to approach your work culture. So one of you is extremely hardworking, dead serious, and will easily be stressed out, and the other person is fun and has a creative outlook to the way they like to do their work. Sometimes they are way more chilled out than they should be, which could drive the other person crazy. Okay, but I feel this is a good thing because both of you will get to learn a lot from each other, especially how you need to simplify what you are doing, what can you change, what should be your priority, one thing at a time, instead of overcomplicating every little thing. Sometimes you will see resorting to their method will help you out, and other times your methods will bring perfect results for your spouse. Okay, you certainly have different hobbies, interests and likes. For example, your food choices could be polar opposites. Your spouse loves what you don't like. Maybe some of you are a lot more friendly and outspoken, so you like to express your love publicly, or maybe they are shy. Okay, they often get uncomfortable with your public display of affection. Yeah, I'm seeing two people who have very different set of friends. You are spontaneous, open, fun, and entertaining with your friends. I'm seeing laughter, gossip, a break from your everyday life. While your spouse, I'm seeing a lot of talking and sharing information. I don't know why I'm getting like a podcast, or meeting at an event, or fine dining. Somehow I feel they like to have mature conversations with their friends, okay? And because you have such a varied range of preferences, choices, likes, and dislikes, I feel sometimes you absolutely enjoy exploring something new, and sometimes you may feel, why are you so different? And I feel you will learn to be more flexible because your mind works differently. So, your understanding of something will help your spouse broaden their consciousness, and vice versa, right? Your passion and excitement is visible for things which are not that similar in nature. Maybe your spouse loves to watch a game of football or cricket and you don't. One of you is an artist, you're passionate about your art, your creative project, while your spouse has no creative streak in them, or they don't understand this form of expression. I feel you often attach your emotions to something you love doing, and then you may end up being impulsive or reckless about it, not practically thinking about the challenges or the consequences of your choices in the long run, and the other person likes to stick with what they know they can be successful at. I also feel one person is extremely attached to their family, and the other person may not have a supportive, loving family tie. But then here I feel you express yourself in different ways. You maintain your individuality and give each other the space to do things their own way. Spend your time on things which makes you happy and positive, something which inspires you and something you are passionate about. You both know how to utilize your time and energy to keep that spark and fire alive without constantly needing your partner to be a part of your personal progress or your personal growth and development. Okay? For some of you, there could be an age gap. Okay? I feel one of you likes to spend more money and the other one usually likes to stick to their budget. The other thing I'm getting is your spouse, or it could be you, but there's this energy of wanting to do everything perfectly and then missing out on good opportunities because you took too long or you were looking for perfection, and the other person is good at making swift decisions. They don't like to wait. They are all about figuring out along the way. There's also this sense of wanting to do everything on your own without asking for help, whereas your partner could be somebody who would gladly ask for help if it means their job is done without much struggle. And you would know better what applies to you. So take how it resonates with you, okay? I'm also sensing one person is a bit overprotective, or they like to relinquish control, and the other person is carefree, chilled out. They don't have too many restrictions for themselves. They like to break free of their routine and change their plans every now and then. And guys, I'm getting a strong good cop, bad cop energy, and it sort of works wonderfully as a team. Okay, so that is all for today. That is all I have. I hope this resonates and it helps you understand your spouse in a much better way. Thank you so much for being here, and if this resonates, please let me know in the comment section. Like and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. I would love for you to be a part of this amazing community. I am sending lots of love and light to you. Take care. Hello everybody. If you chose the blue stone or any one of these initials, welcome to your reading. So what kind of similarities and differences do you share with your spouse? In terms of your personality, nature, background, interest, physicality, hobbies, thoughts, lifestyle, to give you a slightly more detailed version of what is going to help you connect instantly, the commonality, which is going to draw you in, and what you need to work on or understand about your differences. Okay, so we will begin with the first part of your reading. Let's talk about your similarities, and then we will talk about the differences. Now we have Goddess. Group 2, I feel you two are extremely connected to your feminine side. Whether you are male or female, you are certainly attractive. You take good care of your body. A lot of you are conscious about your looks or your appearance. Your energy is soft, welcoming, and enchanting. People can feel this about you. Maybe you talk slowly, or you have a gentle tone, or the way you communicate, there's gentleness, and you don't come across as loud or intimidating. Both of you have this quality of understanding what others are trying to say or express. You don't need a lot of context or subtext. It's just that you are able to perceive fairly quickly. I'm also seeing both of you have strong intuitive abilities. You believe in the concept of God or higher power, a divine being, and you are extremely connected to your surrounding. That's why you are able to pick up on the energy so well. Both of you are equally empathic. You love animals. You really adore children. I wouldn't call you a people pleaser, but you genuinely want to see people happy. You always want to be surrounded with high vibrational energy as much as you can. You want to keep your environment energetically clean and protected. Both of you are creators, but it doesn't mean this is something you do professionally. But there's one thing you are equally good at. So maybe you are a trained dancer or a singer, or you are painters, because I'm seeing an art form, something you are good at, like an activity or an outlet, something you like to do together. I also feel you are really close to your mothers. You share a wonderful bond with her. Another thing I feel, your physical features, your skin tone, your appearance is very different, but your personality, your energy, nature is quite similar. Alright? Now here we have daughter value and sudden wealth. So I feel both of you attract wealth and abundance. There's no doubt in that. You are financially independent. You earn a good amount of money. Your families could be well off. You have not seen financial struggles as much in your life. For some, I'm hearing you come from a business family. You maintain a good lifestyle, okay? You have the money to buy expensive things, go on vacations to exotic places. You spend money on yourself and your loved ones, a fancy car. I don't think you have to struggle too much to meet your needs. You literally enjoy your life. You also like to host your friends and family, connect with them, organize parties at home. You could have a big social circle because you make it a point to maintain your friendships. Both of you also enjoy redecorating your house or perhaps investing in property, real estate. And I feel you also have the same sort of taste, okay? And you are mostly on the same page. Now, I'm also seeing you put in a lot of thought when you have to buy presents for your partner or for your loved ones, or when you have to plan a surprise. You are really thoughtful and it shows. One thing both of you understand is what you bring to the table. You know your strength and what you are good at, which is absolutely the most amazing thing. So trying something new doesn't feel like an additional pressure, or it doesn't necessarily make you nervous or restless. You like to walk in a different direction because I feel both of you are ambitious when it comes to your career. One thing people love about you is how you treat others with respect. You are down to earth. You do not boast or show off your wealth even when you have more money than most people or you are in a better position. There's not a hint of pride or vanity. Okay, and that is what people love about you. You must have heard right place, right time. This perfectly fits for both of you because it feels like you don't like to waste your time. You are active, energetic, action oriented. It's your confidence and the ability to face everything head on. I'm also sensing you like to multitask. You also like to keep yourself busy. Maybe some of you work together. You could be business partners. Maybe you are doctors or you work in the same clinic or hospital. For some of you, I'm seeing an architecture or construction, or maybe designing business, or something about being a consultant. Both of you do not take a lot of time to make decisions, and for the most part, you agree on the same things. You are also very punctual. You're always on time. You don't like to keep people waiting. If you have thought you have to complete something in a particular time frame, you will somehow make it possible. We have the lovers here. I feel you will date or live together before getting married. Your feelings for each other will be exactly the same. Your love language will be physical touch, sexual intimacy. Both of you will openly express your love for each other. In fact, I'm strongly getting you will be one of those famous Instagram couples posting everything on social media. That's one way you are going to show your love and affection towards your partner. Both of you could have strong fire placements, sun, moon, rising, perhaps Venus or Mercury. You will be emotionally connected to each other. You like to communicate and share everything with your partner. Both of you will prioritize each other. I feel nothing will ever be more important than you for your partner, and this is a reciprocal energy. They will make it a point to ask for your opinion on certain matters, or maybe whenever they have to make a decision. As I said, you guys are goal-oriented people and you will do everything possible to get there. You don't surrender or give up easily. Both of you are truly competitive and you are feisty. And you are going to see this in your relationship as well, where you keep challenging each other to get them out of their comfort zone and experience something new. The spark will always be there in your connection, and both of you will take it upon yourselves to keep the romance alive, because I feel it's really difficult to keep you hooked onto something. You get bored easily, so you will lose interest if it is the same kind of routine or the same kind of things. So you need to switch things up to keep yourselves interested, and then it becomes exciting for you. I'm also hearing you like action or science fiction movies, spicy food, adventure sports. Yeah, both of you are foodies and you enjoy preparing them as well. I think if you are absolutely sure that you are not in the wrong, the drama or conflict doesn't upset you. If somebody shows that they trust you, you will always stand for them and with them. It could also be a part of your personality that you are not easily satisfied. You don't get too comfortable at one place. If you have achieved one of your goals, you will immediately start working towards the next one. Okay? And you are always searching for more, which really helps you grow and move forward. We also have the sun here, which is a representation of your positive attitude and a lot of personal power. I also feel both of you are filled with curiosity. That's why you keep asking questions. You are interested in learning and being transparent. I feel you don't judge people instantly or harbor negative feelings even when they are being mean or unclear. You are an open minded, freedom loving human being. As I said, you may not struggle as much, and that's why you don't jump to conclusions. You understand that people may behave differently because of their circumstances, so you give people a chance to be themselves. I'm seeing both of you attract good luck, and I genuinely feel, yeah, one of you or both of you are going to be famous in this lifetime, or you are famous, maybe in respect to your career fields, or maybe together. But there is a huge chance this may happen for you, okay? That you are famous on social media or in your community, or you are the owners of a big brand, all right? Now let's talk about the differences. We have the Liberator. One of you easily let go of bad habits, addictions, negative patterns. The change or the transformation doesn't feel like a burden, but the other person really struggles quite a lot. They don't have self-control, or they do not understand moderation and how to use it to bring changes in their life. Now, the other thing I feel is one of you starts something with a lot of excitement and hope. You are focused, but you get distracted along the way, and then the seriousness goes out of the window. Whereas the other person is extremely sincere. If they have made up their mind and they have started something, they have to finish it. One more major difference, I feel you try to be there for people in different ways. Like one of you is more about giving advice, suggestion, listening to them. You take on the role of a counselor or a therapist. You will use your words to inspire and motivate them to do better and make them feel good, boosting their confidence and enhancing their self-worth, because you feel ultimately whatever they want to do with their life is a choice they need to make. You cannot decide everything on their behalf. Whereas your partner could be the sort of person who believes in practical solutions. For example, providing financial aid, or helping someone get a scholarship, or recommending a person for a job or an interview, or maybe helping someone connect with the right people who can further assist them to find solutions to their problems. So they try to use their resources, contacts, or use their powerful status to do whatever they can. Now we have the Four of Wands and commitment. Now if we talk about a family setup, I am seeing one of you will be a bit more traditional, following customs, traditions. So one of you may want to have kids right away and would want the children to grow up exactly the way they have been brought up, providing them a stable environment to grow. They would want to shelter their kids as much as they can, and the other person would be of the view that the kids should grow up learning about and experiencing new things, having an exposure to different situations, so they learn to assess and be independent. Mentally and physically, they should be aware of their immediate environment, like the freedom to explore and grow. So here I feel there will be a bit of difference when it comes to the way you want to raise your kids, your parenting style, okay? I also feel sometimes one of you will give more importance to your family, social life, your community, maybe regular outings and get-togethers, which could disrupt your equation with your partner because you don't have enough time or energy to spend with your spouse. And for the other person, the focus will be on keeping the natural flow of your relationship perfectly intact, even if it means a temporary disconnect with friends or family. Um, what I'm picking up on is the reason for this difference is because one person does not know how to say no to people. If they have committed to somebody, they won't change their plans for anything. And this could bother the other person because I feel at times they will have to adjust and compromise quite a bit. The thinking man, and we also have the hermit here. So the way you deal with problems or crisis in your life is almost in contrast. One person would like to be left alone, to think, analyze, understand. They may become silent and try to find the answers all by themselves, whereas the other person has a habit of talking about it, sharing their fears and concerns with maybe their family member or siblings, a friend, or maybe a mentor, somebody they're close to, who generally gives them a positive feedback or an advice. So one of you is open to receiving help and the other person is not. Yeah. I'm also seeing the way you choose to style yourself, your choice of clothes. It's quite something. Yeah. One of you is all about fashion, looking good, spending money on your looks, and the other person values comfort over brands. They generally like basic, plain, solid colors. You may find their style or choices to be boring, and they're not cheap at all. It's just that they have a different taste. They like to go for a more casual look. Yeah. Now, I don't know who is who. You know yourself better, so you will know which one applies to you. Please keep that in mind, okay? Now, you know what? I want to explain something using a basic example. I do talk a lot about food. I think it is the most relatable topic. Now, imagine you are making a cake, okay? One of you will follow every step exactly the way it is written, with patience, till the end, and the other person will make changes along the way. They may not follow everything exactly the way it should be, but you will see the end product will be somewhat similar. Not a lot of difference there. So what I'm trying to say is the way you perceive something or the path you decide to follow will not always be the same, but you have to remember your end goals. But you have to remember your end goals will not be entirely different. You are just taking different routes to end up at the same place. I feel it is important for you or them to know because you may end up feeling they are totally off the track, and you are not in agreement, but it may not be the case all the time, okay? So you have to remember that. The Eight of Swords and expectations. Now, if you look at these images, now here she is free. You can see here her eyes are closed, hands are tied. So I feel sometimes one person has a hard time accepting reality. They try to deny it, or they do not accept their mistakes. Maybe apologizing is really difficult for them. And sometimes they know they are on the wrong path, or the people they are with do not have good intentions for them. They are associated with something which may not pay off, but they kind of ignore it and later regret. While the other person is alert, they keep their eyes open at all times. They try to connect the dots and they try to understand the signs and warnings they are getting. And then if something doesn't feel right, they look for a new option. So I feel it's more like sometimes they trap themselves because they have to fulfill the expectations of those who have put their faith in them. And it's okay if you are unable to help somebody, or you fail. But I feel it is difficult for them because they set really high standards for themselves, and for the other person, I feel they don't really consider it as their duty that they have to give people what they expect at the expense of their own peace of mind. So if they are stressed or anxious or the additional pressure, they can't deal with all that. They know they can't keep everybody happy and satisfied. They don't really need validation from people, or they don't have to be perfect in front of them. Certainly by not putting themselves in a difficult position. So they don't go above and beyond for people. They do as much as they can, whether somebody likes it or not. Okay? So that is a major difference here. I have been talking for such a long time. I think I should end this reading right here. Alright, thank you so much for being here. I hope this resonates with you, and if it does, please don't forget to comment. Let me know how this resonates, and like, subscribe if you are new. I would love for you to be a part of this wonderful community. I'm sending lots of love and light to you. Take care.